That man's watching us over there with binoculars. Look, look. What's up? Is what's up still a thing? Welcome back again. Ramrod Recommends on Beyond the Bedlam. Now we've got a bit of a list for you, and who doesn't like a little list now and again? I got a top 5, not a top 10, because top 10s take fucking ages, and I know like your attention spans are that big. So I'm going to give you a top 5 movies you might not have seen or heard of before. That's the long title. So here's 5 movies I'm a fucking huge fan of, but some recommendations for you on these cold winter nights. You can cuddle up with your man or your woman or your dog or whatever. So here we go. The first one I'm going to recommend to you is a film called Blood Creek. Now this is the American DVD. I don't know if it's got the same cover over here. Blood Creek is a horror film made by Joel Schumacher. Joel Schumacher is the guy that made The Lost Boys. You've all seen The Lost Boys, okay? He also made Batman Forever and Batman and fucking Robin, but we're just going to forget about that, okay? Now, Joel Schumacher went off the radar for a bit, and he just popped up with this movie out of the blue. The cast is mental. I mean, at the time, none of these guys were big stars. It's got Michael Fassbender in it as a Nazi doctor who comes to some poor Jewish family's house during the war and convinces them to let them use their land for his experiments. Flash forward, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 years, whatever, and we meet Dominic Purcell, who is Big Brother from Prison Break, who disappeared ages ago, and he's reappeared back at the family home, all dishevelled with a beard and long hair. He wakes his brother up in the middle of the night, who's played by Henry Cavill, who is now Superman. Talk about cast. And said he was held prisoner on this farm and they've got to go back and get revenge. Now when they go back to the farm, all is not what it seems. Michael Fassbender, who was probably in his 30s and the 40s, where it was set before, if you follow me, the war was in the 40s, he was in his 30s. He's still there, but something has happened. I don't want to say too much after that, but I'm going to say supernatural, nightmarish horror. It's awesome, this film. It's got zombie horse in it. What more do you need? Nazis, zombies, horror, Superman, the guy out of Prison Break, Blood Creek. Again, you can get it on DVD over here for pence, probably for free on the internet. So that's the first one. My second recommendation. Now this is a movie. It came out in 1995. This movie's soundtrack came out first. I bought this soundtrack and it was all I ever listened to when I was like 15, 16. I'd never seen the film for like 2 years after until I found a video of it. And I was so excited to see this film, and whoa, I was not disappointed. This, unfortunately, is the French cover. As you can see, it's in French. But this film is called Judgment Night. Now again, for those of you that have never heard of Judgment Night, there's the American, this American DVD. Judgment Night is a film which you've probably seen on BBC One at 1 o'clock in the morning about 100 times and didn't know anything about it. It stars Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr. I mean, at the time, what a cast. Stephen Dorff when he was quite young. And Jeremy Piven, who you'll know from Mr. Selfridge, Entourage. He looks better now than he did then. Jeremy Piven looks like an old Jewish guy in this, which he's an old Jewish guy now, but he was young in this, but he looks older. This film is just ace. It's like The Warriors. It's all set around one night. They're 4 friends. They go into a boxing match in the city. They live in the suburbs with their lovely families. And they go to the city one night. They take a wrong turning off the freeway in traffic. They go down to the wrong side of the tracks. They see a murder committed by the bad guy, who's Dennis Leary. Now, Dennis Leary is a stand-up comedian from America. He's known a lot more for his movies now, but he's chilling in this. They see the murder, and then they're just stuck on the wrong side of the tracks in a neighbourhood. They don't know where the hell they are. They've got nobody to help them. They've got no weapons, and this gang is hunting them across the city. It's absolutely first class, this film. The acting's brilliant in it. It's tense. It's really well directed, and it was directed by Stephen Hopkins. Stephen Hopkins directed so many good films back in the day. He did this, he did Predator 2, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Ghost in the Darkness, which is another good movie we'll talk about some other time. But if you like a good, you know, set around one night sort of thriller, Judgment Night is one of the best you're going to get. Fans of the Warriors, please, lads out there, never seen this film, get it, watch it, it's awesome. And the soundtrack is mint. It was hip-hop acts and metal acts doing songs together. I don't know what that was my hip-hop hand. Judgment Night, again, it's out there. That's number 2 recommendation. Number 3, this movie, around the same time, about 95, 94, 95, it's directed by Bill Duke. Deep Cover. Bill Duke was in Predator. He's the bald guy. They're saying, we've been having some fun. We're having some fun. When he's shaving himself, okay? He's Mac in Predator. Now, Bill Duke, he's made a couple of movies, but this is such a mint film. This is so brilliant. Lawrence Fishburne is a beat cop, and he gets hauled in one day and he's asked to go undercover by Charles Martin Smith, who directed Trick or Treat. We'll go down that road another day. I won't get too geeky on you. But he's recruited to go undercover and infiltrate a drugs ring. He's new to the job, but he's got everything they're looking for. He's very adaptable, he's quite hard, but he meets Jeff Goldblum's character in this, who's your typical late 80s businessman drug dealer type, but he's an absolute psychopath. They become friends, and he gets that deeply involved in the drugs industry. As you can imagine, he's in deep cover. He's in deep. He's that good at being in deep cover, he becomes more of a drug dealer than he does a cop. And he starts to forget who he is. Now, you might have seen that in films like The Departed and that, whatever, like 20 years after this was made. This is just gritty, violent. It's got that good hip-hop vibe to it as well. Lawrence Fishburne is amazing. This is just not long after he played Furious in Boys in the Hood. So he's in his young, sweet beard stage, where before he became all fat in Predators and like Hannibal. He's really good, but it's Goldblum's never really plays like a bad guy in things, but he's bad man in this. So Deep Cover, big recommendation for you. I can't remember if there's any more in the cast, but Clarence Williams is in it. Yeah, Clarence Williams III's in it. He was Prince's dad in Purple Rain. He's a great actor. He's got a good part in this as well. But yeah, you know, if you like Boys in the Hood and you like Menace to Society, you know, those sort of movies from back in the day, really recommend this. Again, this is the American DVD. I don't know what the cover looks like over here. But look at this for an old DVD though. It's got a paper box. It's like cardboard. Isn't that nice? Okay, got 2 more to go.
2 hours later.
Oh, it's one of my favourite ever movies. Ever movies. It's not out on Blu-ray yet, and God knows why, because it would be amazing. Ricochet. Again, you've not heard of this, have you? I know you're sitting there thinking, oh, I've never seen that. Good. If you have seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. This is just one of the greatest action movies ever. Where do I begin with this? Denzel Washington was a young guy when he made this. He was a star, but not like he is now Denzel. This is him as a beat cop, again in LA, I think. He does this amazing thing one night where he catches this hitman in the middle of a crime, and somebody's filming it. You know, nowadays somebody'd film everything on a camera phone, but back in the day you had to have a massive shoulder-mounted camera. Well, some tourist is at a circus or a theme park or something somewhere, and he catches this thing going down where Denzel Washington strips down to his pants to prove to this guy he hasn't got a gun on him, but he's got a sneaky little gun in his pants, and shoots this guy. And they arrest him and put him in prison, this hitman. Denzel Washington becomes like a media sensation, and his life just goes from strength to strength. He becomes like a detective, then he's like undercover, then he becomes like running for office, then he's running for Senate. All this time, the guy he shot in that video is in prison, plotting his revenge. Now, the guy he shoots is John Lithgow. Now, John Lithgow, you'll know, is the Trinity Killer from Dexter. He's also the guy from the Santa Claus movie. You know, that guy. John Lithgow's brilliant. The dad from Bigfoot and the Hendersons. He is an absolute psychopath in this. It's a little bit far-fetched, some of the stuff, but like all good action movies, you don't give a shit. I mean, look at Con Air. It's preposterous, but it's awesome. This is in that vein of just hard, gritty, sweary, violent movies that they just don't make enough of anymore. It's got some real nasty stuff in it. It gets a guy cut with a circular saw right open. You know, you just don't get that sort of good gore in action films anymore, do you? Ricochet is a film I've loved since I was a teenage boy. It's still as fresh as it always felt now. I've never seen a film quite as good as it. It was directed by Russell Mulcahy. Russell Mulcahy did Highlander. You know, he's such a great director. He just doesn't get the gigs anymore. You know, these directors like Stephen Hopkins with Judgment Night, they just don't get the movies. They just get swallowed up by Hollywood. It's got Ice-T in it. And what more do you need? Ice-T, Denzel, John Lithgow. Fred Dekker wrote it. Yeah, Fred Dekker and Stephen DeSouza wrote it. Now, you've got a team there. Fred Dekker did Monster Squad and Night of the Creeps. Stephen DeSouza wrote Die Hard. What a pedigree. Ricochet. Ugh. What a film. It's amazing. Now, my final recommendation, because I know you're all bored out of your minds now, thinking, when's he going to get to the last one? Well, I've saved the best till last. I'm just going to throw it right out there. Blue Valentine. If you've never seen this, what do you mean you've never seen it? You know who Ryan Gosling is, don't you? Remember we talked a little bit about a film called La La Land? And you've probably all seen The Notebook. But I bet you've not seen this. And if you've not seen this, it's a goddamn shame. Because this is the greatest thing he's ever done. This film was directed by a guy called Derek C. in France. Again, you won't know who he is, but this guy did Place Beyond the Pines with Ryan. And he's just brought out a film now called A Light Between the Oceans with Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander. He makes, for my money, the best movies going today. He's an absolute genius. This is a film about a couple. It's told in 2 time frames. The present day, where they've been together about 4 or 5 years, and they're probably at the end of their relationship. He's still giving it all he's got to the best of his ability. She is done with him. She wants other things. We keep going from their problematic present to their beautiful, romantic, you know, it's really positive, it's really uplifting. Their past is just one of those things where it's just a beautiful love story. And then you'll jump into their present where it's just cold, it's dying, or it's pretty much already dead. When they made this film, Derek C. in France put Michelle Williams and Ryan Gosling into a house for a month or 2 months to live together and become a couple, in sense. So then when they filmed this film, there was something tenuous there was something real. And you really get a sense of it. Their acting is incredible in this, and maybe some of it isn't acting. You know, I don't know if they were a couple for real in some of these scenes. I think she was with Heath Ledger at the time they made it, but it's the most romantic and tragic film I think I've ever seen. I have watched it a lot. I'm talking like I've watched Predator a lot. I've watched Aliens a lot. I've watched Blue Valentine a lot. It's kind of a go-to movie for me. If I'm ever feeling a bit melancholy, even if I'm feeling really happy, I can put Blue Valentine on and get something from it every time. It's very sad. It's very true. And like most love stories, there's more sad bits than happy bits. But you've got to hang on to the happy bits, you know, in life. You've got to remember those nice times. And like the film I've spoke about in another video, Ethel and Ernest, you know, nothing lasts forever. In this, you really get a sense of you've got to live while, you know, the sun is shining and all that. Blue Valentine, for my money, is one of the best films I've ever seen. I could watch it all day. So it's a bit of a sad note to end on. I'm not going to pull out Finding Nemo or something now. Those were just 5 movies. I didn't break it then, did I? I hope I didn't break it. There's nothing actually in that box because I can't even find the disc anymore. I don't even know where the disc has gone. I think I cried that hard onto the disc it melted the last time I watched it. So those are 5 movies you may never have seen before. If you have seen them, comment below and say, we've seen those, we know all about those, and I'll find something more obscure for you. But I hope you get something out of those videos. Videos? They're not videos, are they? They're DVDs. I'm showing my age. I'm so old. Enjoy. If you do choose one of those, let me know. Comment below the video. Give us a like. Give us a share. Tell your friends that Ramrod's recommended 5 films. And if you've made it this far through the video, then I love you forever. Thank you. So we'll see you next time for another recommendation. Again, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment. I need a drink. This is the same pint I was drinking the other day. It's just might as well just keep a pint in here for when I'm done.
Are you done? Are you done?
Those are 5 cracking films though.
I'm done.
I swear to God.
I'm done with this.
I'm done with this. This is me at my worst. We're just doing a bit of Blue Valentine. Yeah, please seek those films out and watch them. If you're feeling a bit, don't put Bridget Jones on. Put Blue Valentine on. It's real feels. There's real feels. And if you want to see some cracking violence and forget your life for a bit, put Ricochet on or Judgment Night. So for now, Ramrod out. Bye. Yeah, mate, have you got any good recommendations?
Ramrod Recommends.
Fucking right. Hey, mate. Hey, have you got any recommendations?
Hang on a minute. Ramrod Recommends.
That's it. Hello. Got another video. What do you mean?
Hello.
A bit camp.
Got a
Right,
video.
start again. Start again. All right, I get it. I get it.